Alright, we are back. Yes, I got my Polomalu shirt on. But yeah, we are back. And today I'm going to start to see if I can find out if that wiper motor on the 99 Expedition XLT is what's drawing the power. I pulled that fuse out. It's been about a week. It has not lost any power yet. It's still running the battery. I keep checking it. It's still at 12.3 when it's not running, 14.4 when it's running. So all that checks out. When I pulled that 15 amp fuse out of there, it's staying at 12.3. So like I said, now that 15 amp fuse controls the windshield washers, the rear wiper motor, the interior dome lights, the power windows, and the running board lights. That's what that 15 ampere controls. So it's one of those 5 things that's causing a problem. I'm thinking, first and foremost, what's most popular on these things to go bad is the rear wiper motor. Likes to, when you turn up your wiper motor on your back window goes like that. Okay? And then when you turn it off, it's going like this. Okay? And then when you turn it off, it goes, and it comes down, and hits, and then locks into the cradle. So it's trying to come to a rest in the cradle. Alright? A lot of times those things jam up and it keeps trying to rest in the cradle. You don't know it, but the motor keeps trying to rest it in the cradle. It's just still sitting there, but it's drawing power. So I'm going to disconnect that wire onto that wiper motor, and then we're going to put that amper fuse back in there, and we're going to see if it's drawing power. That's what we're going to do next. Okay. Alright, so I got her back in the garage here. Yeah, she's sitting great. I took her up to the store the other day. Great. So we're going to pull that wiper motor off. Now this thing is easy to pull off. I'm not pulling it out all the way. I don't need to. I'm just pulling the plug out. So all you do is you take out these 2 screws on the handle that goes up in here. Oh. Okay. On the handle that goes up in here. Okay. Take those 2 screws out. Let me get my other screw that I dropped on the ground. And I set them back in. Just so I don't lose them like I almost did. And one of the clips did fall out. I will pop that in from over that side. But I'm just pulling this down just to get up in here to the plug. Come on now. That light's still on? Yeah. Just to get to the plug. And I'm going to unplug that. As you can see, I got to push that tab up and just unplug it. And that's all I'm going to do. Then I'm going to pop this thing back up, and I'm going to wait and see if we got any draw coming off. We're going to go up to the battery and we'll pull, see if we got any draw when I put that fuse back in. If there is no draw, I don't need this rear wiper. It never gets used. It hasn't even had a blade on it in years. So we're not going to even worry about that. All you do is replace the motor, but if we don't use it, why replace the motor, right? So I'm going to unplug that, and then we will check the battery after that. So let's go ahead and unplug that. I'm going to pop that clip up. That's too close for it to even focus. I'm going to pop that clip up, pull that plug out, and then check the battery. And that's all I needed to do it so far. You can do it with a screwdriver. I went under there and I realized, wait a second, it's already unplugged. That might be the issue. Let's find out. I got it plugged in. Battery at was at I ran it a little bit and I got the battery up to 12.5 volts. So I'm gonna see if it drops down. I'm gonna leave it sit. I got the fuse back in. I got everything closed up. That's plugged back in. So let's see if that starts draining the battery. If it starts draining the battery, then therein lies the issue. Well, might not be that. It might be one of the other things. And if that's the case, I don't think I'm going to be messing with it today. So. But that's where that's currently at. So we'll see. Now it's just a matter of time. Fingers crossed. All right, we'll come on over here. See, I can't do this. It's kind of tough to do this, but all right. Actually, if I put this up here, it might be a little bit better. And you can't see it, what it says. Okay, let's see. 12.4 was at 12.5. If it drops below 12.2, I know we got an issue. Alright, currently at 12.4. It usually will go down to 12.2 and then stay steady at 12.2. And remember, I did have it just running, so there are systems in here that take a while to go to sleep and still draw a little power. So we will find out once it goes to sleep. Alright guys, one thing I did want to let you know, something I didn't even realize when I was doing this stuff. And when I remember, I think it was part 1 or 2, when I was pulling out the washer container there, and I was trying to get to that bolt down there. I didn't even realize there's a slot. Hold on. Right there, where I can get to that bolt. I put my wrench down through there and I can get to that bolt. Well, the only problem is a wrench can't fit through that hole. But there's a hole right there to get to the bolt. You see the bolt right there in the hole? Yeah. I did not even realize that. Did not know that until I watched my own damn video. That's pretty crazy, huh? And then they got another one. Well, where was the other one? No, that was just that one. You were able to get to that bolt. Right down in there. That's pretty crazy. But see look how pretty that bolt is? All nice and black. It was all rusted, crappy looking before. All the rust is off and it's got a nice new paint on it. But anyway, that was something I noticed. I just wanted to touch base with you on that one here at that point. But I thought it was pretty cool. Oh, that's the lighting. Oh, there we go. That's the lighting. I just found out a new function on my phone. I'm sorry. Didn't realize that. So I'm learning all kinds of new stuff as I go along doing this stuff. But anyway, I just want to let you know that. Oh, and I did replace that alternator a couple years ago. I did that in the parking lot at the parts store. I drove it, jumped this thing, took it over to the parts store, pulled that off in the parts store, and then put the new one on right in the parking lot at the parts store. Yeah, those are easy to change. Very easy to change. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know that. Oh, and I got the cover off of this here too, because for some reason that solenoid, that's a brand new solenoid, but I had a 3-pronger, that's a 2-pronger. The 3-pronger cut out on me, it's a 2-pronger, and this thing wasn't starting. Okay, so what I did was I put on a new solenoid, and occasionally still the new solenoid won't start. So this is how I start it when the solenoid does not, when you turn the key and nothing happens. This is what I do. I just go in here, turn the key on, like it's going to start, but don't start it. Put the key in the on position. Then you come on out here, and you go like this. Touch these two together. You ground out your solenoid, and then your vehicle will start. Some of them are over there on Fords, some are on the firewalls on Fords. They're usually on the passenger side, or the firewall back there, fender of the firewall. And that's how you can start it. If if you're having an issue with it firing up, you turn the key and nothing happens, but it did start up earlier before, well then go on in there, pull that cover off, and do that. That's why I leave the cover off now, because it still does it. And I don't know why, and that's a brand new solenoid. But that's your starter solenoid right there. It's that simple. Let's give this a check again. It's been almost 4 hours of this sitting since I did the thing in the back with the plugging back in the rear windshield wiper motor. Okay, let's see what we got. Still at 12.3 volts, the fuse is in, the windshield wiper motor is taken care of, and it's still holding 12.3 volts after almost 4 hours. That means I do believe the parasitic draw is fixed. Turn that back off. 12.3 volts, parasitic draw is done, still holding. Now all you gotta do is fix the net.
Yeah.
Alright guys, it's hours later. It's late at night. Truck is not in the garage, as you can see. But if you grab the keys, let's see if it starts. Sorry, I'm looking for the key. There we go. Keep putting the camera down. Let's see if she starts. First, let me try this. Oh, and they come the running board lights. Let's see. That was one of the circuits that was affected by that fuse. Here we go. Look at that. Fires right up. Fires right up. Unbelievable. Just connecting that switch in the back on the windshield wiper motor is not causing a draw anymore. It's been hours and it still fires up. Well, we're going to probably let it sit a couple days to see if that holds true. That's what we're going to do. Alright guys, that's that. Seems like the parasitic draw is a wrap. I think I did the whole diagnostic of the parasitic draw in Saggy in the video named Saggy As Ford Part 2. I think it was Part 2, but it was in the Saggy As Ford Expedition, the Saggy Ass Expedition, excuse me. And I think it was in that video, one or two, I don't remember. But anyway, that's how I did the diagnostics, and then what I figured out that might be, and went and did. And so far, it seems like it worked. Alrighty then. This one here. Sits nice and level. Beautiful stance. Let's get her from the other side. Came out this morning. I let it sit out there for a little while. Well, just this afternoon from yesterday, and it's still 12.2 volts. And it's got a nice stance. .2 volts and fired right up. That's how she sits. Nice and pretty. She's done. Now I just got to do the parasitic draw on mine. And that's why I filled up her coolant. And I spilled a little. That's not leaking. Now I got to do the parasitic draw on my 98 80 Bauer 4x4. Figure out what's going on with it. I changed that alternator out too some time ago, about the same time I changed hers out. Seems like what goes wrong with one goes wrong with the other all the time. So we'll go over the parasitic draw, how to do that on this next video. But I think it was part 10, Saggy Ass Expedition, part 10, where I did showed you the parasitic draw, how I found it on that one. Man, she got a good stance. Look at that. Nice. Those springs are good. But we're going to go through it and do it on this one now. See, that's the cover. It's supposed to be over the solenoid. Right there. Right there. Solenoid's in there. Starter solenoid. Now let me get to this one. And we'll see. Well, I did a lot of work on mine. See that brand new upper hose? Well, I got a new bottom hose, new radiator, a new thermostat. I got all coolant system all flushed out. So I got all that done. But we're gonna go. This is gonna be a short video. Put this one together, and then next video will be hunting down the parasitic draw on my Triton 5.4 liter. There we go. Alright, let's go put this last video together so we can start another one.